So like I was saying, we have another new entry in the Absolute universe. Hello everybody and welcome back into Jar's Toy Emporium. My name is Jacob and yes, it is another new comic book Wednesday and this is another huge one, very similar to last week. We have another entry in the Absolute series with Absolute Martian Manhunter. We have Absolute Green Lantern coming out I think in April, so maybe next week. It's coming out soon, but Martian Manhunter this week, a whole bunch of other stuff. I think we have a couple of Ultimate entries. It's gonna be a big one, but let me quit talking and let's get to the comic shop. Here we are at Gotham City Limit. So checking out the new comic book table, we get greeted with TMNT X Naruto issue number 3. That's been a really fun series, but we have more Marvel Rivals covers. Now, every time I see these covers, I get really excited. They're cool to see. We got some Your Friendly Neighborhood Spiderman issue number 4, and then check out these connecting covers for Red Hulk with the Thing and Red Hulk. I really thought that was an awesome comic cover right there. Moving on to the other side of the table, Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 15 with some great variants as always, but we do have another Ultimate series coming up here in a second. Another Marvel Rivals with Amazing Spider-Man here, but check out this Ultimate Wolverine issue number 3. So stoked to read that. The Ultimate Wolverine series has been awesome. Moving over to some of the DC stuff, we have Justice League Unlimited issue number 5. Very fun read, and then Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 6. So some great stuff in DC, but it definitely doesn't slow down because we have Batman Hush 2, which I know a ton of people are super stoked for. They had a fun event over at Gotham City Limit today, and they had some great variant covers. And then my personal most excited one this week for DC is Martian Manhunter. Absolute Martian Manhunter issue number 1, and obviously some great covers. And then check out this Godzilla vs. Fantastic Four Scotty Young variant with the Thing. But I got my stuff and I'm ready to go. Alrighty guys, we just got done at the comic shop and another huge pull week for me. We have some more Marvel Rivals variants. Like I said, we had the new entry in the Absolute series. We have Absolute Wonder Woman, Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Wolverine. It's a big week, so I'm super excited to show you guys everything that we picked up, but I gotta head back to work to finish out today, and then I'll show you guys the awesome comics we got. Alrighty guys, we are back in the Emporium. We are home from work, and we have a huge selection of comics to get through. This week we are highlighted by Absolute Martian Manhunter, so I'm super excited to talk to you guys about this, but look at this stack. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get going. So like I was saying, we have another new entry in the Absolute universe, this week with Martian Manhunter. Now, last week we had Flash, this week we have Martian Manhunter, and we have Green Lantern coming out soon, so I'm super excited for ultimately for us to get the entire Justice League. That's going to be so awesome. But we do have Absolute Martian Manhunter issue number 1. As you guys know, I like to pick up an extra copy of it just in case. One to read and one to keep tucked away. So if it ever is worth anything, I do have a nice little selection to fall back on. So that's Absolute Martian Manhunter issue number 1. And then as you guys know, last week we picked up the blank cover. We also picked up a blank cover for this one as well. So super excited to eventually get this one sketched at a con or something like that. Get some autographs on it. I think it'll be really cool. But that is definitely my highlight of this week, Absolute Martian Manhunter. But that's not all, because we do have another entry in the Absolute universe, and this week we have Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 6, another fantastic cover. I really am excited to continue to read this one. The Absolute universe is just continuing to get better and better, so I think this is going to be really good, and paired with Absolute Martian Manhunter, what an awesome week for DC. Now, DC doesn't slow down any at all, because we do have Batman Hush number 2. I know a lot of people are very excited about this. Hush is never something I read in the past, so I'm excited to pick this one up, see if it piques my interest, maybe enjoy that storyline for a little while. But I did go ahead and pick up the cover A for this one. I think the Hush 2 looks really cool up there, so we did pick up this as well. And then the last DC book we have this week is Justice League Unlimited issue number 5, and this is a really cool cover. We got some villains on here. We got Bizarro, we got Lex Luthor. This is really cool, so I'm excited to continue to read this Justice League book. This is the first Justice League I've ever read, and it has been a lot of fun, and I think it's been really good for me to read a Justice League that isn't, you know, in the Absolute universe, to kind of get a feel of more so what they've been like in the past. I think this has like a, obviously I haven't read the previous stuff, but this does have like a classic feel to it, so this has been a lot of fun. So huge week for DC, and I think these books are really great, and I got a lot of reading to do, so I'm excited to continue to read all of these, but Justice League ending out the week for DC is pretty awesome. Now we're going to switch over to Marvel, and it definitely does not slow down over in that world, because we have Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 15. You guys have already know the songs of praises that I've sang for Ultimate Spider-Man, so continuing to read this is going to be an absolute blast. And that is not the only Ultimate entry that we have this week, because we also have Ultimate Wolverine issue number 3. So 2 fantastic Ultimate books this week. It's a really, really good week. Like, this is, I keep saying this over and over again for the last couple of weeks. Is this the best week for new comic books? This one's really good. We have a new Absolute entry. We have Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Wolverine, Absolute Wonder Woman. This is awesome. So excited to continue to read this one along with Ultimate Spider-Man. Now we do have a few more Marvel books. We did get Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man issue number 4. And I've said this on the channel before. If you guys have not watched the show, I highly recommend you go check it out. And then you guys can start reading these comics. This does not pick up after the show. This is like before the show. So it's like a prequel to the show. But it's been really fun to kind of understand what this Spider-Man did before the show. You know, we have his suit that I kind of really enjoyed at the beginning of the show. Although the end of the show, the suit gets really, really good. But anyways, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man issue number 4. Again, if you haven't watched it over on Disney Plus, I highly recommend it. Now, this next book we picked up is not a new release this week, but I didn't realize this one had come out and I missed it. So we have Captain America and Volstagg. Now, this is part of that one-shot series that I've been talking to you guys about, like Doctor Doom and Rocket Raccoon. And I think the last one was Nick Fury and Fin Fang Foom. So this is another one of those. I really enjoy these one-shots. It's something I can just pick up, read real quick. Don't have to worry about anything else if I just want to have a fun little series to read through. So I did go ahead and pick this one up this week. And then we have a few Marvel Rivals variants. I know you guys are probably like, holy cow, Marvel Rivals continues, but we have some really good ones this week. So we have The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 70, and this might be one of my favorite Marvel Rivals variants we've gotten so far. We got Penny Parker on the cover here, and look at how great the mech suit looks. Like, that is so menacing. I love like the fog and like the kind of faded look that she has. Really, really cool. So this is a great Marvel Rivals cover. And we got a couple of new characters that we haven't gotten. We have had a Penny Parker cover already, but we have not had a Hulk cover. So we have the Incredible Hulk issue number 23 here, the Marvel Rivals variant. I think this one looks amazing as well. And then lastly, we have another Marvel Rivals variant. This one is Luna Snow, and it is the Doom's Dimension issue, or Doom's Division issue number 1, and kind of just your classic Marvel Rivals character here. So really, really cool stuff from Marvel, some fantastic books, and I'm just having a blast with these Marvel Rivals covers. Every week when I go into the comic shop and I see there's some new ones out, I get a little bit more excited. So can't wait to have this eventual entire line done. And I'm super excited to maybe do a video on just all the Marvel Rivals comic covers because they've been really good, and we do have the Marvel Rivals actual comic coming out soon. So that's going to be really fun to pair with all of these variant covers. Now, last but certainly not least, we do have a little bit of turtle action this week, and we have TMNT X Naruto issue number 3. This has been a ton of fun, just like all of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossovers usually are. The Stranger Things one was maybe my favorite. I just love Stranger Things, and having that collab was really cool. But we've had some other great ones, such as Street Fighter. I actually have the Street Fighter hanging up right here, one of my favorite covers that they did from that one. And then Naruto has been great so far, and there's probably one I'm forgetting. But so far, those are the ones off the top of my head. This has been a lot of fun. If you're a fan of Naruto, I think you'll enjoy this, even if you aren't a fan of Ninja Turtles. And if you're a fan of Turtles, I think you'll enjoy the Naruto aspect of it as well. So it's kind of cool for both fan bases to have something that introduces them into the other fan base, and hopefully they continue to read, you know, each other's fan bases and catch up on what's going on in those universes. But this has been a lot of fun. Now, we had an Absolute Flash variant for cover of the week last week. This week, we're just going to stick with the cover A because I think the Absolute Martian Manhunter is my favorite cover of the week. The colors look really cool on this one. I just think this is a fantastic looking comic, and I love this design for the Martian Manhunter. I think they did a really good job selecting that font and designing it and all that stuff. So Absolute Martian Manhunter issue number 1, the cover A, is this week's cover of the week. Now, that is going to do it for my entire comic haul. We got through a lot of comics, and I tried to keep it a little bit condensed this time, not spend too much time talking and rambling on about nonsense, but I did have a great new comic book Wednesday, and if you guys had an awesome one, let me know what your guys' pick of the week, not for covers, but your reading pick of the week is, because we have some really, really good stuff here that I'm excited to dive into, hopefully tonight, but we will see after church and how time permits. But we have some really good stuff here, so I'm super excited about that. But if you guys did enjoy the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so you never miss another video. And again, make sure to comment down below what your reading pick of the week is. I love seeing what you guys are reading, and sometimes you guys give me some inspiration to try some new stuff. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for another new Comic Book Wednesday.